G'day everyone, just a bit of a little bench update. So what's today here is Wednesday, so it's 2 days away from taking in my entries for QMHE. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you my builds that I'm taking, and I won't be packing them today, but I'll probably start packing them tomorrow, make sure everything fits properly, and a bit of a dry run to make sure they fit in my car. Obviously you want to get there without any breakages, but sometimes you do get small breaks, so I always take a bit of a go kit with. I buy a fresh bottle of CA glue. My everyday, this is one of the brands I use, but I normally use the green one, which is the medium thickness. This is the thinner one, so it should dry quicker. So if I'm at setting up models, I don't want to be standing around. Try and fix it as quick as you can and get out type thing, because everyone's coming in, setting up their models on display. You don't want to be holding people up, even though there's room for many people. They don't let everyone in at once. So I take super glue, some toothpicks to use with, and I always take my you don't see me, but I wear them when I'm building, covered in dust. Visor, magnifying visor, and I'll take a set of tweezers, because usually when I cop brakes it's something small, and it's just easier with the small parts with tweezers. So in a minute I'll show you what I'm taking, but before I get onto that, as you can see, I'm well into the Warhawk that I mentioned would be my next build, but I'm still waiting on the a replacement set for the instrument panels I bought, which you'll see in the first part when it comes up. So I don't know if you'll see this video or the first part of that, but either way, when I bought all the aftermarket, like I had this kit a couple of years, I bought a heap of aftermarket, and I got what was available to me at the time, and I bought the the one I bought was for where is it? Hasegawa kit, and it's ridiculous, but it's a different shape, because a P-40E is a P-40E, but not if it's Hasegawa and trumpeter, so they're way different shape. So I've had to get I'm waiting for it to come in. I think it's Red Fox Studio, so I'll have to remove the detail there, the 3D acrylic decal style, the thick. They look like that, but they're a decal you got to put on. So I'm waiting on that to come in, so that's held me up. Otherwise, by now I would have had this together and probably be nearly ready onto paint. But anyway, such is life. I should have known better to try and think that a different brand kit would work with another one. Anyway, that's well underway. If you saw my review of this Buckeye, I had the broken windscreen. Well, I've got the replacement already. So I bought the kit from those in Australia, B&A Model World. I just sent them an email and they've already sent me the replacement. So that is very good. No hassle on that, thankfully. Alright, now I'm going to show you what I'm taking into QMHE. Alright, so old mate Dinosaur's going. So these ones don't fit in my display cabinets. I've only got the small IKEA display cabinets, and I only have 3 of them. As I've mentioned many times, I don't keep models, so these have just been getting shuffled around in my modelling room. But they will be packed up to go down to QMHE. So I think I've shown these, but these are the ones I'm really worried about in transport, because I've already broken leaves off that one, bumping it, so I've got to be careful packing it and getting it down there. And also I'm concerned about this one on the display table, because you set your model up and then other people come in, set their models up, and sometimes they move your model to put their model down, and I'm just hope they don't bump it and break stuff off. So that go kit, I keep it in the car, and if I see something broken, I'll ask the organisers if I can go in and fix them. So the Mojave, I'll take it down with the rotor off because it will be easier to transport. I'll pack this better. I'll get a larger piece of foam that covers the whole area of the blades. Use toothpicks or something to hold it to take it down. But when I'm down there, I'm going to have to glue it on because it's a pretty loose fit, that rotor head, and it won't sit straight. You have to display your model properly, otherwise you'll get pinged by the judges. So I'm going to have to super glue it on when I'm down there, and then I guess I'll either try and break that super glue to bring it home, or just try and bring it home like that. Packing up the end of the day is usually pretty hectic, because that's entering models. You got all of Friday evening, and I think some guys take them in Saturday morning. But when the competition's over and all the awards are given, it's a mad rush to get your models out. And this is pretty sure someone told me it's the second biggest comp in Australia now, so you got a lot of entries and a lot of people, so it's a bit of a mad rush trying to get your models out. So that's those three which aren't in my display case, but now I'm going to go to my other room where I've got all the other ones. I've opened the glass door up so I don't get any reflection, because they probably need a clean. So the intruder, that's the 1/72 trumpeter intruder, is in the comp. That one, no, that's an older build. The Eddard Hasegawa 148 Crusader, that is in. Airfix's 48 Gannett, that is in. And the 1/72 Airfix Mosquito, the Recon version, and my little ARC 170 Star Wars fighter. These two. So the Berev 200, I think, is EV or EB, I can't remember now. And that little Tiger models, chibi cartoon style aircraft carrier, Chinese aircraft carrier. This one I think I did the end of last year. Hang on, I need some more light better here. That's the Tamiya 135 KV2. That one's going. Just let me pause here so I can shut this cabinet and go. So that one I just recently finished is the Amusing Hobby 135 scale Waffentrager, however you pronounce it. They're not going, but that's my 1/700 scale ships. The Top Gun 1/32 A4E I did, that's going. And Tamiya's 148 F4B, that is going. And the Duck, which I recently finished, is going. So that is all my entries. So there's quite a lot, the most I've ever had. So I need to start looking at how I'm packing them all, and also you need to take in all your references, your instructions. If you're doing like a I'm not, but if you do a historical and you're using references, you can take actual photos and whatnot, but I just need my instructions and aftermarket items used. If you buy resin or photo etch and that, pack that in as well, so I keep them throughout the year. I keep a drawer with it all in so I know where to get it, and when I do the builds I write the category of being entered in the competition, so it makes filling it out. You fill out the entries online, it's easier to make it quicker to fill out for myself. So next up we'll see, sorry I cut off there, so next up we'll see them packed, how I pack them. I'll show you how they're packed, ready for transport to the show. Alright, here I go, starting to pack models. So you can see I'm doing the Mojave, what has become invaluable to me doing packing models is a hot wire cutter, cutting styrofoam. It helps cut shapes a lot quicker. I used to just use a blade, try and hack away with it, but this just saves so much time and it's neater and it can be more precise. So basically the objective is, once I've fit the foam, I'll use bamboo skewers or toothpicks to hold it in position. You're looking to support the model in an area that you don't break small parts off if you can help it, and where it will support the model without it tipping or moving around. So you just want it not to move. So this front section, I'm going to cut some pieces of foam and pack to the sides of it, each side of the fuselage. That way it can't slide, and this one at the back will stop it also from rotating either way and going backwards and forwards. When I put force on it, it'll push down. So I'll pack that one. As mentioned, I'll do the blade separate, but then I'll use the rest of this box to put other models in. Okay, one transport container packed. I don't need to worry about the heights of the skewers, but if you wanted to stack containers on top of one another, you need to make sure that your model isn't as high as the container, which several of these are, so they can't be packed on one another. So I'll just put the skewers in whole. This one, the gannet and the intruder, were the most difficult to pack. I'm trying, so I've got chopsticks in the intakes and the foam holding them in position, and I've got the foam at the back to stop it from rotating. Gannet's extremely hard, even with the wing that's out, because the flaps are down. You can't put supports under the flaps because it'll break. So those two here have toothpicks up underneath so they can't move. So they're supporting the front of it, because this is the one that's got, I think it had something like 65 grams of nose weight. And the back is to stop it, again, rotating off axis. The carry was easy. I just needed to pack some foam around the base. If you put the bamboo sticks right up against the base, it might wear the paint. I added a bit more to the top of that one to stop it from, it was wobbling a bit. Mosquito is packed separate from its base. I'll take the base down and set it up on the base when I put it on display. This container, I could only get 2 in. I tried to squeeze in 3, but it wouldn't work, so I just have to accept that's how much room this pair are going to take up. the Crusader was pretty easy because of the rear end of it is pretty flat, except for those fairings or winglets under the side of it. So, but they're spread across. I cut out that section of foam, and distribution of the weight, the rear end's good, and under the nose is pretty flat as well. So I didn't need a lot of packing under that. Same as the A4, just needed to hold the nose in position. Got two big chunks under the center area of the wings, because there's no detail over there, so I made it nice and easy. And I just needed another piece under the tail that I cut to allow the engine in there, and just put toothpicks to hold that in so it won't go anywhere. So those two, although they're taking up so much room, they were pretty easy to pack. And old mate, I just put a toothpick so he doesn't bounce around. Right, so my third tray, I'm just using a big chunk of styrofoam now. So all I'm doing is stopping the tank, can't move. Same as the Berev, just stopping it from sliding around. Same as the duck. It's overhanging a bit, so I've got to be careful with that, but I've got to start trying to make it compact, or I am not going to fit them in the car. And the Phantom, again, is easy to pack because it's got a big fat ass, and you can just pack a chunk underneath and a piece under the nose. Alright, so we've got maybe, I'm hoping I can get the rest in one more go, but we'll see. Okay, my most delicate two, and the big tank are on that one. Just foam around them because they're all sitting on frames. I already broke a leaf off doing it. Just doing this, I've already broken it, so I've really got grave concerns for this one on a display table. I can see it getting bumped and broken and whatnot. So I didn't fit. There was one more. Let me zoom over here. That one, the Star Wars one, I'll have to just take that in the car as is. Same as the blade. Hang on, we got too much light happening here. Come on. Glare off my overhead light. The base for the Mosquito, all the instructions, I put it all here now because I don't want to forget anything. Bases that will have models displayed on, so I'm going to put the Gannet on that one. I think I had the helicopter on that one, and the Crusader was on that one, and I have to return that. I've had it for a year now. I have to take it back. That was for my 148 Javelin? Gloucester Javelin I did last year. One of the sponsors picks their favourite Airfix model of comp, and the Javelin got it last year, so that has to go back. So I think that's it. Oh, and my kit, to my glue, visor, toothpicks. I usually take you see sometimes I wear a rubber glove when I'm handling my models, so I don't want oily fingerprints or crap on them. So there you go, that's the my nightmare of packing models. So I hope I fit them all in the car now, because it was quite a little bit more than what I thought, but that's my own fault for building so many. But I took care packing them. You might think that's a bit of overkill, but all the effort you put into building a model, I don't want to break them, so that's how I do it. Oh, also, quickly, I mentioned I'm getting rid of, change the light again. I said I'm getting rid of a heap of the stash. This is what's going. I've already discussed with Tony from Model Nerds. I'll be bringing them into him Sunday morning. And he'll probably sell half of them before he goes home Sunday.